Good evening, and welcome to Info Taker. I'm John Christopher, bringing you the latest developments from around the world. Tonight, we turn our attention to the escalating conflict in Ukraine, where recent decisions by the United States are drawing sharp reactions and raising international tensions. In a dramatic policy shift, U.S. President Joe Biden has lifted a ban on Ukraine using long-range missiles to strike Russian territory. This decision allows Ukraine to deploy American-made ATACMS rockets with a range of up to 190 miles. The move is being justified by the reported presence of North Korean troops fighting alongside Russian forces in Ukraine's Kursk region. While the White House has yet to issue an official statement, reports from major outlets like the New York Times and the Washington Post suggest the decision was coordinated through back-channel briefings. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky hinted at the development, stating, "Missiles will speak for themselves," while emphasizing that the proof of the policy change will be seen on the battlefield. The announcement has provoked a fierce reaction from Moscow. Senior Russian lawmakers have described the move as a dangerous escalation. Andrei Klishchis, a prominent member of Russia's upper house of parliament, warned that such actions could lead to Ukraine's state of being in ruins by morning. Meanwhile, Vladimir Jabarov, a senior figure in Russia's International Affairs Committee, described the decision as a step toward global conflict, calling it a precursor to World War III. On the ground, the conflict's toll continues to grow. In Ukraine's northeastern Sumy region, a Russian missile struck a 9-story residential building Sunday night, killing 10 people, including 2 children, and injuring 50 to others. Local officials described the tragedy as hell for the city, further underscoring the war's devastating human cost. Earlier that day, Russia launched a massive assault on Ukraine's power grid, deploying 120 missiles and 90 drones. The attacks, the largest since August, left at least 7 dead and exacerbated Ukraine's energy crisis as winter looms. Ukrenergo, the country's primary energy provider, announced widespread blackouts beginning Monday as engineers scramble to restore critical infrastructure. International reactions to the crisis remain divided. Polish Prime Minister Donald Tusk criticized diplomatic overtures to Russian President Vladimir Putin, arguing that phone calls are insufficient to halt the Kremlin's aggression. His remarks follow a controversial conversation between German Chancellor Olaf Scholz and Putin, which Scholz later described as yielding little change in the Russian leader's stance on the war. Meanwhile, global leaders prepare to address the conflict at the upcoming G20 summit in Brazil, where Ukraine will be a top agenda item. Russian President Vladimir Putin is notably absent from the summit, sending Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov in his place. In Finland, NATO's largest ever artillery exercise is underway, signaling the alliance's commitment to strengthening its eastern defenses. The drills, involving multiple NATO nations, are taking place in the northern Lapland region, near Finland's border with Russia. Elsewhere, a smaller-than-expected crowd of 1,500 gathered in Berlin to protest Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The demonstration, led by Yulia Navalnaya, highlighted the challenges facing Russia's opposition movement, which has struggled to regroup following years of repression and the recent death of its leader, Alexei Navalny. This is a developing story. Stay tuned to Info Taker for updates as they unfold. For now, let's turn to our panel of experts for more insights into the geopolitical implications of these latest developments. Thank you for joining us. I'm John Christopher, signing off.